How's everybody doing? So me and my main Isaac, and today we're going to be having a look at what would have happened if Daniel had won the tournament style fight in season 4 for control of the dojo. So I've already made a video about what would have happened if Johnny had won the tournament style fight, and I'm going to leave it linked below and it should come up in the pop-out card in a second. But I'm not going to go over into detail on why they had the fight and go over the context like I did in that video. We're just going to get straight to the point. The most likely way for Daniel to win would be him using the pressure point technique, and instead of Johnny overcoming it to score the point, he ends up having to give in and he's really thrown off guard, just like how Daniel was and how Kreese was. Daniel's then scoring the final point and he wins the fight. This would then mean that he takes over training of the dojo, and Johnny would probably be very bitter and upset. I believe that Johnny would be angry and annoyed and say, "Oh, this is BS, I'm not doing this anymore. If you want to train the kids you can, but you can do it without me." He'd then storm off and leave before Hawk even arrives, with his mohawk cut off and his confidence gone, meaning that it'd be all up to Daniel to decide how to deal with it. I believe that Hawk would go through a similar character development to what he did in the actual season 4, with him just sitting around, not wanting to see anyone, and Dimitri talking sense into him and getting him to join Miyagi-Do again. However, I see a conflict between Johnny and Miguel happening, since Johnny would try and tell Miguel, "Look, you've got to leave the dojo, come with me and join this new dojo, we'll get new students and we'll win the All Valley." But Miguel would say, "Hang on a second, I actually like training with Daniel, I want to train with Mr. LaRusso. I don't want to train with just you, I want to train with both of you." Johnny would react in a similar way to how he reacted when he realised that Robbie was taking lessons from Daniel in season 1. He'd just say something like, "You've got to be kidding me," storm out, go out and get drunk, do something stupid, and they'd either wake up in jail or just wake up on the floor somewhere knocked out. Let's assume he goes to jail. Daniel might actually bail him out and say, "Listen, Johnny, you can't take this to heart. You've got to let go of sometimes losing, and that when you lose, it doesn't mean you're inferior. It doesn't mean that you're automatically going to do badly in life," and try and help him get back to his sanity and his mental state. This may then get Johnny to recompose himself and decide, "I will go back to the dojo, but I'm not going to go like all the time, and I'm not on board with this whole defense only thing," which means that Daniel would still lead the training, it'd be called Miyagi-Do as the dojo, and all the students would train there. Eventually Hawk would come back after he gets convinced by Dimitri and he'd just say he's trying to help out. But with a bigger dojo, they'd likely do better in the All Valley like they would if Johnny had won, and in the skills competition especially, because more students means more points. And then they'd also have more fighters winning, because if the total points were combined between Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do, they would have probably had enough to beat Cobra Kai, since the final match, it hinged on one match pretty much for Miyagi-Do versus Cobra Kai to win season 4. So if they had the combined points, I almost undoubtedly believe that Miyagi-Do would win the tournament with all the extra students. This would mean that Kreese would have to leave the valley, and Silver would probably try and get revenge by calling in other reinforcements, such as Snakes and Dennis, or Mike Barnes, or someone we've not heard of before, but will be introduced to in a later season. And that's pretty much what would have happened. Daniel and Johnny would eventually work things out after Johnny does something stupid, and Daniel finds him or bails him out of jail, and kind of tells him to get his head straight and helps him get back on track. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop us a like down below and let me know what other videos you want me to make. It's been my main Isaac, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Got a brand new mic, sing it till the morning. Yeah, I'm flying high, I'm feeling like I'm soaring. Yeah, they sleeping on me, nigga, yeah, they soaring. You a hating nigga, cause your life is boring. Got a brand